There's been an update, a major update, a serious update in the story regarding the Pop the Balloon guy. After I asked him to provide receipts to prove that he lost his job, he got mad at me, and I'm gonna show you that. Before that, let's get into his GoFundMe. Now, mind you, this GoFundMe is how I came across the—
Before we do that, I just want to tell y'all, I told y'all so. I was one of the first ones. I think Ringo TV was the first one that exposed Magic Scam, and I was around the second, third, somewhere around there. But put y'all cash up in the comments. Y'all know how I do. Also, if you want to join the $1,000 giveaway, all you got to do is follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel. That's all you got to do. The giveaway will be done live August 22nd. You don't want to miss it. But hey, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. We're going to let MTR talk. I'll put my input in as we go. Let's get it, man.
Story. The Pop the Balloon story is something that happened a couple of weeks ago. What made it viral was him informing people on his Instagram, him uploading this GoFundMe saying that he was fired from his workplace because of 500 people called in because they were mad at the results of the show. They were mad at his demeanor on the show. You can see right here, right in the GoFundMe, it says, "I was fired from work today due to these videos. Today was honestly the first time that I cried in a while. Getting my license in plumbing was the biggest life accomplishment. It took years of hard work, studying, and praying." And then he also added some things in here about who he provides free plumbing services to. And then he goes to say what he's gonna do with the funds. He's saying humanitarian work, and then maybe he wants to become a content creator because now his ability to work is compromised. After I got wind of this, I did an initial reaction to it where I focused on the basic premise of was his
I can't believe y'all fell for that. Bro, question. I'll give you $100 if you can name the company he worked for. So if, in order for 500 people to call, you got to know where to call. Where does he work? Where did he work? I'll wait. I'll pound on my life. Somebody comment where he worked. I'll send you $100.
Behavior on the show indicative of them getting fired. But again, I would have not known about this unless he told people and convinced us all that he got fired. But because, and I've said this multiple times before on multiple different videos, including the live streams that I did, because he has not showed hard receipts or proof of being fired, I never told anybody to go and donate to the young brother. So I tried to reach out to this brother because I wanted to receive proof of that he was let go and the reason that he was let go. And because he was unable to reach out to me in the time that I reached out to him, I'm not going to leave a link to this in the description, but you guys saw his Instagram handle. If you want to go over there, take a look at his page and support him, that's 100% on you. It's just for me personally, in order to be able to link and to promote a GoFundMe, I have to see hard proof. I for damn sure don't want to be on the receiving end of another brick face incident, a person lying. I'm not saying that he's a liar, but I like to do further due diligence in the research before I put my stamp of approval on something. But I hope he gets back to me soon. I'd love to be able to have an interview with him, so we can get additional context into what kind of happened maybe before or after the show, which kind of went into his particular response. What I did do is, in an attempt to humanize him and to find out more about his stories, I did a 5-hour live stream with him to donate. Also too, and because I said this in one of my videos, but what proof do you have that you were actually let go? And I'm asking because we've been scammed in the past. There's been people in the past that have Brickface. I just keep talking about her. Set up GoFundMe, and she's allegedly a liar. She's right. She's facing a felony count for lying right now. Do you have any proof to demonstrate fired?
Yes. Now I will have some. Give me a few more days. What's today? Friday. Yeah. Give me a few days sometime next week because we are negotiating.
With GoFundMe? Oh, negotiating with the workplace.
No. Yes. Negotiations are being made.
So how you go from fired to negotiating now? Fired and negotiating is two different things. So why would you come out and say you was fired, but now y'all negotiate? Another red flag. Let's keep it going, man.
Because they see the social media attention and they are frightened. So
okay.
That's all I can say is say that much.
Okay, well, when you get that update, let me know, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure that my audience knows as well as within the GoFundMe. I think you can update it and you can show other pictures or proof or something like that. But I know that that's a concern for folks as well. What I've come to find out is that there were so many lies told to me, but this guy had everybody convinced that he got fired, right? Well, in an attempt to continue to support the young brother, I actually talked to him this morning and asked him, when are you gonna provide us a receipt? Because I'd love to be able to show. And I think the quicker that you provide receipts, the quicker that GoFundMe, who has locked his account, he is unable to get this money out of his account right now, would open it. In fact, let's go through the DM conversations right now. So yesterday, last night, Sunday at 9:02 p.m., he called me out of nowhere. I missed that call. Notifications on my Instagram are obviously off. I only see things when I actually check my Instagram. He called me. I didn't see it. He said, damn, bro, that's crazy, man. You got me looking insane now and painted me out the wrong way. And I'm thinking to myself, when I finally saw this, I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean painted you out the wrong way? I've been going above and beyond to let you recount your story. I hold you accountable when you say weird things like tracking the woman in the car, or, when you're throwing money in the club. We have these conversations, but what you tell to me is you're trying to be better. These are in private conversations. You're trying to be better. You're trying to learn. You're looking for advice. You're looking for mentorship. There is nothing that I've done up to this point that demonstrates me attempting to make you look crazy. It sounds more like someone biting the hand that is giving them a platform. He follows up and he says, man, bro, this got me stressing hard. Man, I thought you was my friend. I wrote this morning, just woke up, hit me when you get this. I then reply to one of his messages about him stressing, and I'm like, not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, it just hit me. I'm like, whatever you think could probably just be solved in a quick audio conversation. So we have a audio conversation from 8:27 a.m. to 8:45. Within this conversation, we talk about many different things. But the main thing that I talked about within this conversation is I said, we only know about you and your story due to the GoFundMe, where you said you were fired from the place that you worked. Where did you work? What is the name of the business? What is the name of the company?
Didn't I just ask y'all that? How is 500 people gonna call a place they don't know nothing about? Who knows where he worked to call? It's that simple. I can tell MTR is a great guy. He probably ain't been around a whole bunch of street dudes, but I grew up around him. And one thing about growing up in the hood and around a whole bunch of street dudes, you got to have discernment, because you never know, you can be robbed at any moment. People come up and try to manipulate you all the time. You got to know how to read them through the lies. You got to be on your toes, on your tippy toes, like 24/7. You got to be always watching your back, always watching around. You feel what I'm saying? So as soon as I saw him come out, I already knew what type of guy he was. He didn't even have to say nothing. I can look at the way he moved. Certain comments, he said what type of guy he is. If I was in the streets around him, I already know. Okay, I got to keep my distance from him. I got to know how to handle him a certain way. I already know. I'm not saying I'm a street nigga, but I've been around a whole bunch of street niggas. All my friends are street people. When you are out there, you gotta have discernment. I knew from the jump who he was. That's why I told you. I'm like, bro, he's scamming. I already know it. You ain't even gotta tell me nothing else. He's scamming. I'm already know it.
Need you to provide that information, because if you don't, you scammed on GoFundMe. This is now a legal issue, and I cannot support a liar. I cannot support a thief. I cannot support a scammer. Send that to me. His response to me was, okay, sure, we'll do. I said, okay, the coast is clear. Everything is fine. He's about to send it to me, all right? So over 2 hours later, no response. And I said to him, just in the text message, what's the name of the place that fired you? Here was his response. Apparently, he changed his tune out of nowhere. I wonder why. I'm not doing nothing until I talk to my attorney. I told you that already. And this was the point of the conversation that I took a step back. I looked at the DM message and I said to myself, I might have been bamboozled. Although I had enough discernment not to donate, and I did not do enough research into his claims to give him a platform to speak about any damn thing. And I own it. I take accountability for that. No excuses. Okay, Well, I wish you the best, I said. My credibility is now in question because of lack of proof/receipts. I'm gonna go live in the next couple of hours to discuss this with my audience. Take care. You like that message? You just worried about making content, not worried about the consequences I may face. You may face. What are you talking about? What consequences besides that you lied? Potentially, allegedly. I mean, I really don't know at this point. All you gotta do is provide the receipts, baby. That's it. This whole shit would just go away. You get the GoFundMe money. That's all you have to do. But the way that you are now moving in totality with the other information that is coming out and will come out about you and your lifestyle is way more damning. It's way more ridiculous than I could have ever imagined. And what I thought was going to turn into a way to advocate for a man that was unjustly treated because of his presence on a game show has now turned into somehow you becoming the victim once asked to prove your particular situation. See, a man of integrity and truth would jump at the opportunity to show me the evidence. But this is not how you're choosing to move. Therefore, I sense deception. I told you we were negotiating and I would get it to you. But do what you gotta do. You already switched up on me. Shout out to the queen of accountability. She stepped into my live stream that I did yesterday, the Abba and Preach response live stream. And she super chatted that she was gonna do additional work to understand the validity of his claims. And I wanna play for you that conversation that I had with her right now. All right, so I got the queen of accountability here who's done a lot more investigative work into what we have right here. So I wanted to bring her up and have a discussion regarding the things that she's found. But first and foremost, I'm hurt regarding this. To trust somebody based off of them telling you that, hey, this happened to me post the pop the balloon experiment, discussion, whatever you want to call it, game show. And then to go back and be asking him questions specifically about show me more information regarding your place of business, where you work, and then him to act that way. I'm just like, man, it's just pointing in a direction that it may not be true. So queen of accountability, I wanted to bring you up here and let's just chat about other things that you might have found.
Wonderful. Sounds good to me. And thanks for having me, MTR.
No worries.
So I know that this man has been going viral all over social media, and everyone heard this story about him getting fired after doing the dating show, that they felt inclined to donate money and continue to make him more viral than he was at the moment. Mm-hmm. I did not talk about it initially because I wanted to investigate before I started to support someone who's telling us a story that is so believable that you want to donate. So what I first did, NTR, is when he created the...
Believable. Was not believable to me from the jump. Soon as he popped, bro, I could read how he was from the Pop the Balloon show. What type of dude he is. It was not believable at all. For me, I didn't see too much. It definitely wasn't believable for me.
GoFundMe a week ago. I looked at the GoFundMe and he emphasized that he does humanitarian efforts to single mothers, fathers, veterans, disabled. And, it didn't sit right. He bolded only that part because when you're reading the whole paragraph, you're inclined to go right to the bolded part. This man is helping out veterans and people that need his help. And so I need to donate. And I just felt like that kind of reminded me of Rhoda Osmond. I said, maybe they're related. Maybe this is her cousin because this is so believable. So I did my research. When I went to Aaron's Facebook, I noticed that everything on his Facebook was about him, his body, working out, doing pull-ups, sit-ups, doing push-ups, everything related to fitness. I was looking even for the picture he used on GoFundMe of him in his uniform. There was no videos, no posts of any of this humanitarian work that he's being praised for. I'm sure a veteran or a single father or a single mother or a disabled person would have said, hey, this man helped us in our time of need. But I didn't see not one receipt. So we know that a lot of his exes came out and they gave us a little bit of tea, and that helped me to do more research on him. When I did a check on Mr. Sloan, I didn't see a license on file that's connected to his information. And being in education over 11 years, we know all about education. It's linked to your social. If you got a license, if you got a degree, it's going to pull up in any background check. Don't see one for Mr. Sloan. Never even saw a post.
So you're saying if you're certified, it's easy to find these things. There's probably like a database that you can go into to assure that he's certified. Is that what you mean?
That is correct, MTR. Like if I wanted someone to do a facial, I'm going to go to a licensed esthetician.
Right.
But before I get her services, I'm going to verify that she does have an active license in that state. Anytime you sit for a license or you sit for any exam, it's going to be public record. I just didn't see one for him.
And now, did you not see one at all, or did you not see one that was currently active?
I did not see one at all. What I did see was that he did work for a LLC. When I looked at LLC up in Arizona, the person that owns the LLC is in foreclosure right now. So I thought that was odd that they had time to hire Mr. Sloan when they're losing their house. But then I did more investigative work, and I contacted a place that had the same name in California. And Hector said he never heard of him. Hector. So that's 2 jobs that I haven't heard of him. And that was the only job that was related.
2 places. Never heard of this guy. But somehow 500, somebody who's investigating can't even find where he worked at to call to get him fired. But all of a sudden, 500 people found the place. I mean, y'all should have knew then. This should have been the first question y'all asked when he came out. Oh, I got fired. Okay, where did you work at? That should have been the first. Where did you work at? How did they find out where you worked at? Where do I work at? You know I work a job, right? 200 acres. I work a job. Where do I work? Y'all don't know because I have not told y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going, man.
To this man's information. What I did find was over 30 cases across many states. We're talking about Nevada, California, Texas, Oklahoma. He's internationally known, but not for any positive reasons. So it made me believe that he did not get fired. If anything, I would say that Mr. Sloan was into fitness, and that was his job. He just didn't want to embarrass himself after telling those ladies he could pull $100,000 out of the bank. So he knew saying that he got fired would play on everyone's heartstrings like it did, and people were going to donate. When I first saw the GoFundMe after someone put me on it and I read it, I reported it. I actually sent it to a GoFundMe contact that helped me with the Rhoda case. So I know for sure people are going to get their money back because he won't be able to provide the documents. Another thing I did, MTR, just for backup, I contacted one of my people in Arizona who work for the state in unemployment. And I just wanted to see if there was any claims for this individual. No claims have been filed yet, and it's been a week.
For unemployment.
For unemployment, sir, yes. If you get fired, you want to file that claim right away because there's a 30-day waiting period. He hasn't done it. Why? Because he's in the club throwing money. He's doing everything other than what he said he was going to do. Also, 6 days ago on his Facebook, he told everyone he's working with at-risk youth. That's his humanitarian work. But what happened to the vets and the single mothers and fathers and disabled? So now he is working with at-risk youth. So he went from all these different things to now he's saying he works with kids, which I find odd, being a felon and being wanted in a couple of those states. I don't think they would let him work with kids.
And this is currently wanted, right? Because when I talk to him, right.
That's another thing. Where the receipts at that you're working with kids? Where are the receipts? You say you helping veterans. That's me. I feel disrespected now because I'm a veteran. I did my time in the service. Who you helping? Like, how you helping us? You not, bro. You lied. You lied and said you helping us. You lying on kids. You are literally wanted in states. You are stalking women, putting trackers. You admitted to putting trackers in a woman's car. You are a weirdo, dude. Nobody ain't letting you work with their kids.
I had in my head, and I've talked to him, and I did a 5-hour stream with him. And even though I never told anybody to go up to the GoFundMe, in fact, during that stream, I said, you need to provide the evidence. You need to show us the paperwork, right? You need to show us, because without that, this is just a story. It could just be a fabrication. Oh yeah, no, I get to it, this, that, and the third, right? So even with that being said, right, and even looking up some of the court cases and warrants that he might still have active. And there's some other things that he did not disclose or talked about. Like one of the things I talked about was, you know, he was talking about, if I was stalking women, if I was this abusive person, then where's the police reports? Where is it this? But there's actually some police reports that have to do against harm against women. And, you know, I didn't want to get too much on the police reports and stuff like that. Actually, I wanted to direct my audience to your live stream that you're going to have later on this week to kind of go over all of that stuff. But specifically as it refers to maybe not even having a job to lose at the time of being right after the pop the balloon and then fabricating that for a story. That's really where I wanted to focus in right now, because that's how I know about him. The pop the balloons thing happened 4 weeks ago or something like that. I didn't know anything about that until it was him losing his job. Then I saw this dissenting views regarding him. And then, you know, I had a conversation with him, holding him accountable at different times that I thought, you know, things just didn't make sense. Absolutely. Never advocating for the GoFundMe, right? Saying you need to provide evidence, but then it's coming out right now that when I ask him directly, hey, can you send me, what is the name of the place that you work? Now he needs to go get a lawyer. Okay. What's your license number? Now he needs to go get a number, right? And it's odd how that is happening now. He's okay to go live and to talk about these things in order to clear his name. When I ask these questions to prove and provide data or receipts, because he fooled the whole country. He fooled the whole country.
Oh, no. He probably fooled y'all. He didn't fool 200 though. You ain't fooling me that easy, bro. Trust me. You're not fooling me too easy. I'm not easily manipulated at all. I've been manipulated before. That's why I'm always discerning people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not easily manipulated. So when he say the country, he ain't talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
Like he fooled people who went and paid within the GoFundMe, but everybody who's reviewing the story is saying it's messed up that he got fired. It's messed up. But the assumption was that he wouldn't be lying to that extent, that perhaps it's not true.
So MTR, I agree with everything you said. And one thing about the internet, if you truly got fired and they called this company 500 times, that would mean they knew the company's information.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question? Have you seen the name of this company floating around, sir?
Didn't I just say that? Somebody's smart here. Didn't I just say that? That's what I said from the jump. Me and my wife talked about it when it happened. Even my wife said it was a scam. But y'all sitting up here in the comments talking about me like I'm lying or something, like I'm hating on them. What do I have to hate on? Do you know how wealthy I am? I am very wealthy as a young man. Why would I hate on this guy who has a GoFundMe? If I lost my job today, I would not have to put up a GoFundMe. That's a promise. I would not have to put up a GoFundMe. Why am I hating on this guy? For what reason? There's no reason for me to hate on this guy.
Nope. Sorry, you can't see me. I'm shaking my head.
Has he told you the name? Did he give
No,
you
he hasn't told me.
the name of the company?
So he hasn't told me the name of a company. I've seen a name floating around, but it's the same name that you called and you said that they don't know who he is.
Correct. And not only that, when I went to the reviews, typically when a plumber comes to your place and they give you, kudos, they say your name. In California, Hector is the main plumber that's under that name of the company, but it's actually an LLC that's under Aaron's information. And the LLC it goes all the way back to Yavapai, which is Arizona. And when I reached out to the owner of the LLC, he did not know an Aaron. So all I'm saying, even if they're lying to us saying that they don't know, but it's true, he wouldn't have any problem showing you. You're not going to.
It should be easy.
This is going to help him continue his journey of healing.
Yeah, if he just shows it, the GoFundMes will go crazy. But people are not donating because, I was telling people, wait for the paperwork to come out, right? So if he was to provide that, and it would go more towards his efforts. But he's all of a sudden now I'm the enemy for him. All of a sudden he's upset at me because I asked simple information that he should be more than willing. If I'm more than willing to sit down for a 5-hour conversation about who he is, his particular story, why not show the evidence to prove that you did not set up this GoFundMe fraudulently, utilizing wrong information to pull at the heartstrings of people in order to get donations and increase donations?
MTR, something else that I noticed is the picture he's using. That picture is nowhere on any of his social medias. And what bothers me is that besides that picture, what else is the proof that he's a master plumber? Because he's using a Yahoo that does not link back to anybody's information. Sounds like he just created the master plumber 209 at Yahoo email to kind of corroborate this plumber story. But when you look at his social medias, I don't see a video of him fixing a sink, laying down pipe, shaking someone's hand, saluting a veteran. There's nothing. And for someone that's been living and sleeping and eating and breathing plumbing, it'll be everywhere. All I see is him shaking his pectoral muscles and acting a damn fool. What I want you to know is that I was never convinced of his story. I felt like this was Rhoda 2.0. He's worse than Rhoda. And those police reports, I have over 30 that were sent to me. And I will expose that on Wednesday. I'm going to show everyone. And I did contact a couple of those policemen who are looking for Mr. Sloan. So while he's out here throwing money in the club, bring your ass out to Elk Grove, Mr. Sloan, and stop avoiding what you did. I saw it, man. You're not slick. You won't get past
me. They call you the queen of accountability for a reason. Listen, I'm going to ensure that I leave a link down below to your live stream where you begin to talk about all of these things. But Daphne, thank you. Right?
And I want to say one more thing, MTR. You know, as Black.
I think we've seen enough. I think we've seen enough, man. We've seen enough. I'm very, 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 very appalled at how y'all didn't see this. Like, it's crazy to me. And another thing, I had somebody in my comments. I'm gonna tell you, this guy literally said, I'm hating on him because he's so masculine. It's somewhere, it's on the picture I posted today. He said, I'm hating on him because he's so masculine and I could never stand up in front of a room full of women like that. I would love to see what the guy who said that looks like. Because I'm like, what? Why would you? Bro, I don't have to stand up in a room full of women and say that. I probably would have walked in there and not, bro, like, first of all, you would never see me in a room like that. That's the first thing. You will never see me in the room like that. That's the first thing, bro. And another thing is, subscribe to the Instagram, man. I'm done. But hey, I know I said the last time that was the last video, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be the last. It's gonna be some more updates, and I'm gonna cover them. I just have to, bro. I'm just too interested in this now. But y'all go follow me on Instagram, man. And thank you guys for watching the video. But see you guys next video. Let's get it, man. Always remember, be safe out there, Kings. Let's get it.